Hello everybody. Today we are going to do an interesting art project which is focused on the animals of the Indian jungle. And in this case we will do an art project which will focus on the endangered animals of India which need humans to help them. Alright. This art project is actually a cloud art project. What is cloud art? Cloud art means you have a picture and within the picture you have some words that explain what is important about that picture. In this case, this is a image of a panda and the words inside here are Bengal tiger, animal, stag, leopard. So to do an art project like this, you need to think of an image, whatever you like. You need to start thinking of some words and then you need some software. Today, we're going to learn all three aspects of how to do this. All right, so let's start off with finding the right image. You can find the right image by searching on Google and you need to search for animal silhouette. Silhouette is just an outline picture in black and white. So here's a silhouette of a lion, a silhouette of a tree. You can also find more complicated images of jungle silhouette, or you can search for elephant under tree silhouette or lion and cub or any animal that you like. There are all kinds of animals that you can search for. In fact, I may have shared with you a list of some animals like which are endangered in India. You can find a silhouette of that or anything even simpler, whatever you like. So use your creativity on that. Okay, so once you have a silhouette that you like, make sure you download that image and save it on your computer because you will need it later on. After that, let's start thinking of words you will use for your project. Maybe it is names of animals you love, or it could be action words like protect or things of that nature. Okay, once you have given it some thought, let's see how you actually do the project. Well, to do the project, you go to a website which is called wordart.com. You can see that here. And once you get here, you say create now. And when you start there, you will see there is a window on the right where you will see your pictures appear, and on the left hand side is where you enter information. The first information it asks you is what words you want to put in here. So we start in here and we start entering the words you like. I suggest the first word, just leave it as a space. And after that, start entering other words like endangered, jungle, India, tiger, love, animals, protect, lion, panda, save, whatever you like. Now, the reason I left this blank here is that whatever is the first word that you put here, it appears as a giant word, large size word in the middle of your picture. So it may not look very good. So I typically leave that blank. And then you can arrange these words as you like. The ones in the top will appear more and bigger in size. These ones will appear smaller in size. And you can also go and add your own name. So maybe I'll put my own name in here. All right. After that, you need to find your shape. So remember, you had looked around on Google and found the shape that you liked. Uh, you know, if you search in here, it has its own pictures, but I like to use the picture that I had saved. And the way you do that is you add image and you go to the place where you have saved or downloaded your image from Google. So I had downloaded many of them. So I'm going to pick the tree. So I like a tree, so I'm going to use that. And once you have this tree appear, I think typically I like to make this threshold a little bit higher and the edges a little bit lower. Edges just means how much space you want to leave all around the edges here. So you do that and then you can say OK. You'll also see a little thing in here that says negative. Negative means if I click that, you will see it becomes black here and white here. The difference is if I start with this, wherever it is black, you will see your words appear and there'll be no words out on the outside. If you do negative, all the words will be written here and there'll be no words in the middle. So you can pick whichever you like, but I typically recommend you start here. And then I say okay. And then I have to press this button called visualize. Once you do visualize, it will show you all the words that you had ah on the image that you had. So it only took 10 seconds to do that. You can see all the words that you had picked. Now you might say, Uncle, this looks okay, but not great. Well, that's where you go to the next step. The first thing you might do is this font may not look very good. Currently it is using this font here, but you might say, I like some other fonts in here. Maybe I like this font. So I select this font and I visualize it, and maybe things look a little bit different. Yeah, it looks better. Or I like to have two fonts. So I have this selected, and if I push the control key and I select another font, so I go up here and I say this one. So now both these fonts have been selected, and then I can visualize again, and I can see that both fonts will appear here. That will make it look better. Okay, I think I like that better. All right, let's move on to the layout. In layout, you get to choose things like, do you want the words left to right, horizontal, vertical, both horizontal, vertical. I typically like these top three. These other ones are okay, but either horizontal, vertical, or both horizontal, vertical looks better. So you can try that and see how it looks. Keep in mind, you can always play around and get it right. So you can click it several times. It'll keep manipulating it until you get it in a form that you like. Okay, I think this looks good. You can also adjust the number of words that are in here. Currently there are 300 words, but if you want more, you can define that and go a little bit higher. Um, you can also change the density. Density means how tightly these words are. Don't make it very high, then it looks packed with small words. So, some small number is okay, like 10%. And then you can visualize again. Okay, so maybe this looks good enough for now. So then we'll move on to the next stage. The style is the most important. In the style, what you have the luxury of doing is changing how the color and background looks like. First thing is, can you see this tree very well? I don't think so. So first thing you do is you increase the background image density. Ah, this looks a little bit better, and you can make it even darker. Alright, now it's beginning to look too dark. So if you go very high, you can't see the words. So somewhere in the middle, it'll look pretty good. So you can see the outline and read the words. So maybe this is okay. Uh, Now you might say, this looks good enough for me. Or if you like, you can, visualize it a few more times and change the appearance of all the individual words. But after you feel you like it, let's say you've done it a few times and you said this is good enough. How you save this image is you come here, you do download, and either standard PNG or standard JPEG. You click that, and then this is downloaded for you. You can open that. You have this picture, and then you can say save as and put it on your computer, and this will appear as a file. So once you have it, you can do whatever you like with it. You can submit it as homework, you can print it, you can give it to your friend, or whatever you like. Okay, now this sort of picture that you saw, you might say, Uncle, that looks okay, but I like to try something else. The obvious thing to try is actually to change the color. Black and white is good, but maybe you like these words in different colors. And the way you do that is by changing the word colors. Instead of using shape, you go to custom. In the custom, you can see there are these three colors, and all these words change color to that. But these colors don't look good. So you come in here and you say, you click on random. So you can see as you click, more and more colors are being added to the bottom. So these 8 colors are now what will appear here. I always recommend don't pick dark colors, pick lighter colors. And if some color looks very dark, you can click it, it disappears. This one also I don't like. This one I don't like. This also I don't like. I like something in red, so I can go to red and I can say I like this color here and I add to palette, or I can say I like this color, add to palette. I can add one more random color. I don't like this. I don't like this. And you can keep playing with that until you get a color that you like. And okay, get rid of that. One more random. Get rid of that. Another random color. And then you say, okay, you're done. Now, does this look good? Maybe it doesn't look too good. So here are two things you got to do to make it look better. First is make the background darker, much darker. And as you make it darker, you can see these colors stand out. The other thing is this color emphasis, make it very low. It makes the colors pop up a little bit better. And now you can see things a little bit better. Actually, I'm going to make it even higher. Yeah. And I can go back in here and I say this pink is not good. I'm going to pick one lighter blue color. There you go. I think I like that. I can click it a couple of times to change the appearance of how it looks like, and then I feel that might be good. There you go. This looks perfect. I like it. I go to download, I save it, and then I have it. Very simple. Now, one important thing I wanted to show you was in the shape, you can also go to that picture where we started and make it negative. Let's see what that happens. Now all the words will be on the outside and there'll be no words in the middle. Let's see how that comes about. And I visualize. There you go. Doesn't that look awesome? And you can go in there and edit it. You can visualize it a few more times. You can change anything else, fonts, layout, style, and every time you try it, you get a new picture. Again, come here and you download it, you save it on your computer, and then you can email it to me. So I like to leave by showing you a few examples of things that we have tried, and some examples of how things will look like with some very simple effort. So started with a tree, black and white. You can get that sort of appearance. You can get colors and you can invert. All right. Generally speaking, pick lighter colors. That looks typically better. If you have more complicated scenes, like for example, an elephant with its cub, you can get something like that. Or this picture. This also looks nice in just black and white. If you want to just pick colors, then you can get pretty good creativity with simple shapes. You can see this looks very nice. And here's another example of a rhino. And here it is shown as an inverted. So the words on the outside and nothing on the inside. So as you can see, very simple, 5 minutes you can do it, save your art, and then you can email it to me. Hope you have a lot of fun.